Thanks for staying tuned. It's time now for the sports news with Baron.
Thank you, Ladi, and welcome to Sports News. Blessing Okagbare has qualified for the London 2017 World Athletics Championships after jumping 6.77 meters to finish second in the Hungarian Memorial Athletics Grand Prix. The University of Texas graduate has now exceeded the 6.75 mark set by the International Association of Athletics Federations, IAAF, for the championships. The 2008 Olympic bronze medalist came to Hungary with a 6.52 personal season's best achieved in the United States last month. She has already secured qualification for the 100 meters and 200 meters races for next month's tournament. An English club, Wolverhampton Wanderers, have confirmed that Nigeria goalkeeper Carl Ikeme is to begin chemotherapy after being diagnosed with acute leukemia. The championship club said Ikeme returned abnormal blood tests during pre-season testing, and further checks confirmed the diagnosis. The 31-year-old has been with Wolverhampton Wanderers for his entire career, making more than 200 appearances for the Wanderers. With the latest development, the Super Eagles' goalkeeping problems worsen for coach Gernot Rohr. And 8 people, including 7 children, have died in a stampede out of a football match in Malawi. The stampede happened as thousands tried to find seats out of a friendly between top sides Nyasa Big Bullets and Silver Strikers. The football match was being held as part of events to mark the 53rd anniversary of Malawi's independence from British colonial rule. President Peter Mutharika has offered his condolences and said the government to do all it can to assist the families of the victims. May their souls rest in peace. Switzerland's highest court has rejected former UEFA boss Michel Platini's bid to overturn his 4-year ban from the sport of arbitration for ethics violations. The court confirmed the Court of Arbitration for Sport CAS ruling last year that upheld Platini's ban. The ruling stems from a $2.08 million payment to the French football legend received from FIFA in 2011. Platini, who had denied wrongdoing, was banned along with Sepp Blatter, the former FIFA head, who approved the payment. And finally, we end with tennis, where second seed Novak Djokovic moved into the third round with a straight sets win against Adam Pavlec at Wimbledon. The 3-time champion raced to a 6-2, 6-2, 6-1 victory in just over 90 minutes against the 22-year-old from the Czech Republic. The Serbian will play Latvia's Ernest Gulbis next.
Game, center match, Djokovic.
And that's it on Sports News for tonight. I'm Baron Tony Ranta, and Ladi will be back for the rest.
Thank you, Baron. The International Criminal Court has ruled that South Africa was in the wrong by not arresting Sudanese President Omar al-Bashir when he visited the AU summit, during the AU summit in 2015. It says that President Bashir did not enjoy diplomatic immunity and therefore should have been arrested and handed over to the court's prosecutor for his alleged role in the conflict in Darfur. President Jacob Zuma's government had been arguing that the ICC demands were incompatible with South African law, which accords diplomatic immunity to heads of state. The ruling African National Congress is currently pushing for the withdrawal of South Africa from the ICC, a move that has been criticized by human rights groups. The G20 summit holds in Hamburg, Germany this weekend, but preparations for the meeting are being overshadowed by protests turning violent on the streets. Thousands of protesters from around Europe, who say the summit has failed to solve many of the issues threatening world peace, this evening clashed with the police. The protests started peacefully as 20,000 police officers stood by for the main demonstration. Hundreds of police in full gear lined the streets as protesters prepared to start their march. Police have been using tear gas and batons to try to disperse the unruly crowd and have made a number of arrests. Many locals are unhappy with German Chancellor Angela Merkel's decision to hold the summit in the center of the country's second largest city to show healthy democracies could tolerate protests, as they were worried about property damage by leftist militants. In a rare move against Russian President Vladimir Putin since entering office, U.S. President Donald Trump has called on Russia to stop destabilizing the Ukraine and other countries and end its support for hostile regimes such as those in Syria and Iran. Both presidents are expected to hold talks on the sidelines of the G20 summit, and the issue of Ukraine would most likely come up. Trump called on Russia to join the community of responsible nations in the fight against common enemies and in defense of civilization itself. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said the Russian presidency did not accept that Russia had been destabilized in the region, which is why he said the meeting between both leaders was highly anticipated. And the main news again. There are indications that the presidency may not be backing down on its insistence to retain acting EFCC chairman Ibrahim Magu in his position. The Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, quoting the message of the acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, said this at the commissioning of the EFCC zonal office in Kaduna. He reiterates that President Muhammadu Buhari has confidence in Mr. Magu's capacity to lead the anti-corruption war in the country. And that's it on tonight's News at 10. Thanks for being with us. Good night.